Okay, so you're thinking about stepping up to a software engineering lead role. Or maybe you're already there and feeling that shift.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely less about just cranking out code yourself, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
More about like enabling the whole team, steering projects, and using your technical judgment differently.
Exactly. It's about influence, about enabling. And one of the first places you really notice this is project planning,
Oh,
estimation.
yeah, I can imagine. It's not just your estimates anymore.
Right. Suddenly you're dealing with the whole system's uncertainty. It's a different ballgame.
So how do you even start to get a handle on that, estimating with all those unknowns?
Well, one really effective technique is phased estimation. Start broad when everything's a bit fuzzy.
Okay.
Then you refine it, get more detailed as you learn more, and things solidify. And you often combine that with a bottoms-up approach.
Breaking things down into smaller pieces.
Yeah, the nuts and bolts, breaking tasks down, summing them up. But the lead's real job there isn't just adding numbers. It's actively spotting the unknowns, mapping out dependencies.
And building in buffers, presumably?
Definitely. Sensible buffers.
Mm.
It's less about having a perfect crystal ball and more about, managing the risks you can actually see ahead of time.
Managing risk.
Yeah.
That sounds like it flows right into making those big, high-stakes decisions, too.
It does, because those tough calls, technical or project-related, they land squarely with the lead, don't they?
Yeah. So how do you approach those? You can't just rely on gut feel all the time?
No, you really can't. And what's important here is having a structure. Don't just stare at the problem.
Structure helps. Okay. What kind of structure?
It's about, first, clearly defining what decision actually needs to be made and why now. Then, gather the info, review what you've got,
Right.
explore different options. Seriously, don't just fixate on the first idea. Think hard about dependencies, the ripple effects downstream,
Makes sense.
weigh the pros, the cons, rigorously, then make the call. But, and this is crucial, it's not over yet. You've got to communicate the why to the team. And, really importantly, schedule time later to actually review how that decision turned out. Learn from it.
That review step. So easy to skip, but so valuable for actually learning. Okay, sticking with decisions, what about choosing between technical approaches, like framework A versus B, or different architecture patterns?
Yeah, that's a common one. And the key there is defining clear criteria up front before you even start arguing preferences.
Okay, so what really matters for this specific choice?
Exactly. Is it speed of development? Is it cost? Team skills? Long-term maintenance? Community support? List them out.
Got it.
Then you evaluate your options against those criteria, objectively as much as possible. Discuss the trade-offs openly with the team, because there are always trade-offs, right?
Oh, wait.
What are you gaining? What are you sacrificing? And again, crucially, be transparent about why the final choice was made. Refer back to those criteria. It builds so much trust.
Explaining the why again. That seemed to be a running theme for leads.
It really is.
All right, let's switch gears slightly. The thing everyone loves to hate. Technical debt.
Yes. It just accumulates, doesn't it? Especially under pressure.
So how does a lead manage that effectively when everyone's pushing for new features?
It's tough, no doubt, but you need to be proactive. Two main things stand out. First, explicitly allocate time to pay down debt regularly.
So like schedule it, not just if we have time.
Exactly. Whether it's a percentage of each sprint or dedicated cycles, treat it like real work. Second, and maybe even more important, educate your stakeholders.
Educate them. How?
Help them see that tackling tech debt isn't just, cleaning up code. It's an investment. It prevents future slowdowns, reduces bugs, keeps the team moving fast later. You translate the technical cost into business impact.
Frame it as pay a little now or pay a lot more later.
Precisely, and that usually resonates.
Okay. And what about just general code quality across the team, setting those standards?
The lead really acts as the steward of quality. So setting clear expectations is step one. Promote consistency. Use automation wherever you can.
Linters, automated tests.
Absolutely. Linters for style, comprehensive automated testing to catch regressions early, push for good test coverage, and champion solid principles, things like solid for maintainable design or DRY. Don't repeat yourself.
So building systems and shared standards for quality.
Yeah, making quality the path of least resistance, ideally.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, just briefly then, any final tips on leading those technical conversations effectively?
I think it loops back to that core idea, like, show your work, articulate your reasoning.
Explain the why. again.
Yes.
No.
Explain the why behind your suggestions, your decisions. When you show your thought process, it helps everyone understand, learn, and contribute better. It makes you a mentor, not just a manager.
So looking at the big picture, the move to lead really is a fundamental shift. It's less about being the top individual coder
Right.
and
Yeah.
much more about enabling the entire team through better planning, structured decisions, managing the code's health, and really clear, transparent communication.
That sums it up nicely. You're transitioning into technical leadership.
Okay, so as we wrap up, maybe something for you, the listener, to think about. As you move into this kind of leadership role, investing energy in guiding others, how do you plan to keep your own technical skills sharp and deep in a field that changes so fast?
That's a really important question to ponder.